Hey everybody, welcome back to Summit. My name is Mark. We're taking a look at the fourth Sunday of Lent. I got good news and I got bad news. God does not see the way that you and I see. Got that? God does not see things the way you and I see things. Because you and I are very external people. We see something. We judge books by their covers all the time, right? You see something, you say, I like it, I don't like it. We judge people on the exterior, whether that's social media, whether that's Instagram, TikTok, Twitter. I mean, you see people's avatar, you see the way they project themselves. We look at people through a certain lens. YouTube, right? We look at people through a certain lens, usually the lens that they are trying to make us look through, right? Then you get this first reading. It's a famous, beautiful reading from 1 Samuel, where God is going to send the prophet to the house of Jesse in Bethlehem. Jesse is the father of many sons, the youngest of whom is named David. And in the scene from the first reading, the prophet, the anointing is going to fall upon David to be the next king of Israel. Why is this so important? Because there's this line in the first reading that's so beautiful. It says that God does not judge by our outer appearance, but rather God judges the heart. The prophet looks at all these older brothers and says, well, this would be a great king. This would be a great king. He's got to be the king. And God says, nope, 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 that one. He's looking at him like this teenage shepherd musician kid, David. God says, God does not judge by an outward and lofty appearance. God judges the heart. You see, you and I, we can put on an image, a mask for the world, whether that's through social media, whether that's at church, whether that's in circles of friends, around family. We can all put on a mask, like try to look like a good Catholic, look like a good Christian. But God knows. God knows if it's a mask or not. God knows if it's true or not. Why? Because God knows our hearts. God judges our hearts. And that's why in the second reading, St. Paul's telling the people in Ephesus, listen, you got to put away all the works of darkness. Walk like children of the light. Like walk in the light. Let your words and your actions match. Let the person you say you are be the person you are. Have integrity. Be holy. Let others see you in the light. Don't have a mask of the church mask and then like the rest of your life mask. Be one person. Integrate the two. Let your body and soul be in conformity. Walk like children of the light. Don't deal with all the darkness. That's insanity. That's what Lent really is about. Shining a light on any of those areas of darkness in our life that we've allowed to be there or that we've sort of kept around. It urges us to shed the masks of any kind of false life and to live in the light. And that's what Jesus is trying to get across in the gospel. We have this man born blind. Now, when Jesus heals somebody like this, it's a historical thing. He actually healed blind people. We know this. These are witnesses. But it's also a spiritual dimension to it. The man born blind, that's supposed to represent our original sin. And when Jesus goes to the man and the water that comes from Jesus, right, the spit, that's like baptism, right? Washing away the darkness and all of a sudden we come into the light, right? Washing away the sin and now we're living in grace. So there's a spiritual element and there's a historical element. But what God is doing is restoring this man, not just to physical health, but he's using this as symbolically to explain to the Pharisees and the Sadducees and everybody else around there about spiritual health. This is not about sin as much as it is about grace and as much as it is about living in God's life and light. Okay? So to take a hard look at ourselves, what we need to surrender to God, just like Lent. What do I have to surrender to God to live in the light, to stay in the light, to be a child of the light? God knows your heart. He knows what you struggle with. He knows where your temptations are. He knows where your sin is. Go to him in confession. Go to him in prayer. Let him transform your sin. Let him save you. Let him wash away any spiritual blindness or darkness that you have so that you and I can all live in the light.